All right, 49ers update on this short week. In about 2 hours, the team is going to practice inside the stadium. Why is that? Well, because they're practicing later today. Sleep is really important for recovery. 49ers have a whole sports science formula to make sure they get enough sleep to recover before the Thursday game, so they're not going to practice until 5 p.m. today. And since it's not daylight savings time anymore, they need lights. They don't have lights out on their practice field. So the 49ers are going to practice inside Levi's, same thing they did last season on the Tuesday before playing Seattle. The short week is creating some complications again for the 49ers, this time along the offensive line. Spencer Burford, the right guard, he's not going to practice today, and his status for Thursday is in a significant amount of doubt. Kyle Shanahan said that probably would be able to play if this game were on Sunday, but obviously a whole lot less potential rest here for Spencer Burford since the game is on Thursday. Aaron Banks is going to return to practice today. He's coming off the turf toe injury, so there's a chance that he plays at the left guard position. And if that's the case, if he plays and Spencer Burford doesn't, then it's simple for the 49ers. They just slide John Feliciano from left guard to right guard, and it's not an issue for John Feliciano, who has experience at both of those positions. But if both Banks and Burford can't play on Thursday night against Seattle, 49ers might have to scramble a little bit. Kyle Shanahan said that there are options on the practice squad that the 49ers can call up. They also just signed a new offensive lineman, Ben Burge, to the football team, but he's probably not going to be able to dress in time for this game on Thursday because he hasn't picked up any of the playbook. It's, that'd be a lot to ask on a normal length week, but on a short length week, a Thursday game, probably not going to see that from the new offensive lineman. So Trent Williams told me the 49ers have an emergency option of moving Jalen Moore, who's one of their backup tackles, into the guard position. He hasn't taken a guard snap at the NFL level, but people actually projected Jalen Moore to be an NFL guard when he came out of Western Michigan. So the 49ers could do that, play him at right guard if Burford and Banks aren't unable to go. Or obviously they can dig deeper into their bag of tricks and go to one of those practice squad guys. There's, Manning is on the team. I think he's still more of a developmental candidate, though. He impressed a lot during the preseason for the 49ers. Actually playing tackle. Then he was poached by Arizona, spent some time over there. Then Arizona had to fill out some DB depth, so they let go of Il Manning, and the 49ers brought him back to the practice squad. He could be an option. Jesse Davis, the veteran who they have on their practice squad now, who has played some right guard, he can also be an option. There's Henry Bird, a young player that the 49ers have on the practice squad as a developmental offensive lineman. So there are options on this team. It's hairy. It's a hairy situation for the 49ers entering this game on Thursday against Seattle up front, because, you have to demonstrate depth along the offensive line over the course of the season because of situations like this. It is the nature of the NFL, but this is the type of stuff that derails teams, that can derail favorites, because the offensive line, those guys are in short supply around the league. Every single team seems to be suffering from some sort of depth issue up front, and it's how well you can weather these types of storms. That's what's going to determine if you're going to have a great record or a good record in the terms of the 49ers right now, who are a team that has the potential to have a great record, but they're going to have to solve this challenge up front over the course of this week. More news here from Levi's Stadium. Right now we're in between locker room availability and practice. Practice is in a couple hours. The 49ers still hope to sign Jason Verrett, but that hasn't happened yet. They hope that it would be done and that the veteran cornerback would be added to their practice squad by now. But Kyle Shanahan said that he still hopes it's going to happen, but it hasn't happened. And I'm reading in between the lines and figuring that Jason Verrett might be holding out for a 53-man roster spot, either here or somewhere else, rather than signing to the practice squad. There's obviously a huge financial difference between the two. For a vested veteran like Jason Verrett, the minimum for a 53-man spot is over $1 million. The practice squad minimum is only about $250,000 per year, right? That's going to be prorated by game. So I think in that situation, the 49ers may have to hold tight. The 49ers weren't going to be playing Jason Verrett on Thursday anyway, so they can bide their time in this situation. And Jason Verrett obviously wants to make sure that the opportunity is right for him. Nice and relaxed vibe in the 49ers locker room today. Like I said, it was a long night of sleep for the 49ers by design to get them recovered for Thursday. George Kittle joked that Nick Bosa is like a hibernating bear. I guess Bosa sleeps, if he can, until 9 a.m. whenever he gets that opportunity. 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. He goes to bed at 9 p.m. So 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. for Nick Bosa. He got a full 12 hours, according to rumors coming out of the 49ers locker room. So the Bear has been hibernating. The Bear's going to be ready to face Seattle on Thursday. We talk a lot about Seattle's offensive line getting absolutely overwhelmed by the 49ers last year. They gave up 61 pressures to San Francisco over 3 games, and I think that some of the same might be brewing this week because Seattle, they've changed some personnel up front, but they're relying on a right tackle on the wrong side of 40 in Jason Peters. Charles Cross, the left tackle, has improved, but he was really no match for what the 49ers brought last year. And the front for San Francisco has gotten even better this year. Chase Young, obviously, on the other side of Nick Bosa. But Eric Armstead is coming off of a 13 pressure game for San Francisco. That's a career best. And that was some of the talk in the locker room. I talked to Nick Bosa about that. Steve Wilkes spoke about Eric Armstead's 13 pressure game. I mean, Armstead delivers a lot of pressure. He's a good football player. But 13 pressures is an absurd amount. And that was a special, special game for Eric Armstead, even by his standards. Also in the locker room today, Jair Brown had a big crowd around him again. Life moves quickly in the NFL. You go from anonymous rookie working behind the scenes on the scout team to the starting safety. And Talanoa Hufanga officially went to injured reserve today for the 49ers. So Jair Brown taking his spot in that starting lineup. 49ers firmly believe he's going to be a really good player for them. Already had been a really good player for them, right, on Sunday. So the 49ers, that only strengthened their conviction in the rookie Jair Brown. So anyway, what's next? 49ers are going to go through practice today. It's going to be one of those half-speed practices, though. It's going to be just like a Friday. You don't get a full-speed practice on these Thursday weeks. That makes them really, really weird. They're going to conduct that at 5 p.m. tonight, so it's going to be dark. It's going to be under the lights here at Levi's Stadium. Then they're going to turn around and they're going to fly to Seattle tomorrow. That leaves tomorrow as the walkthrough day in Seattle after landing in the Pacific Northwest. Then it's Thanksgiving on Thursday, so everybody enjoy the time with your families and prepare for 49ers Seahawks on Thursday night. Speaking of Thanksgiving, good food. I had some good food today. I had the 49er sandwich from Deli Board. Just like a little background for you, Deli Board is the Cleveland-style sandwich shop in San Francisco on Folsom Street in Soma. So when I was in Cleveland, I went to the place that inspired Deli Board. That was Slyman's. Slyman's is known for those monstrous corned beef sandwiches. So that's the part of what they do that inspired Deli Board. But Deli Board, I think, has taken them to a new level in San Francisco. They added pastrami and brisket to the corned beef, obviously the cheese, and then I added my California twist, avocado, today for the Deli Board sandwich. So we talk about feasting at Thanksgiving. I feasted today for lunch at Deli Board in San Francisco. That's the lunch component to Lunch with Lombardi. All right, everybody, we'll talk to you soon. Maybe an update after practice. For sure, some video content from practice under the lights at Levi's Stadium. So like and subscribe. Be ready for the next one. We'll talk to you soon.